Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. Well, we have actually left Pattaya this morning. I'm on the road to nowhere. At least that's what I call this, the road to nowhere. It goes somewhere, but really it's kind of to the middle of nowhere. And I'll explain all that. We're going to be on a trip here, next couple episodes, just starting out today. And it's a little bit of a different kind of trip because I'm trying V out on her own motorbike. So we'll actually be on two separate motorbikes. First time for that. So let's just go back to this morning from where we started the trip, and I'll tell you all about it, and I'll tell you where we're going because it's probably someplace you may never have heard of before. Yesterday, I gave V 1,000 baht. I said, go rent a motorbike. And this is what she's rented. A Yamaha Aerox 155. A fine choice, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I used to have one of these. Fine choice. But it's not the one she wanted. You see, if you lined up 10 Thai girls, 10 Honda PCXs, and 10 Yamaha Aeroxes and told them all to pick a bike, I think you'd have 9 or 10 Yamaha Aeroxes left when the picking was done. She wanted a PCX. Not because it's a better bike for the trip. This is actually a better bike for the trip for where we're going. That gas charged rear suspension, the bigger, thicker, meatier tires will definitely bode better for her where we're going. But it's a style thing. It's a style thing. It's a vanity thing. The PCX is your more stylish choice. And that's why 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, would pick a PCX over a Aerox in terms of Thai girls. Now, nothing's wrong with the PCX, but they cost usually significantly more, maybe as much as $500–600 more than an Aerox. But anyway, she picked the bike with the money that she had. But where are we going? Well, that's another story. So let's get out there and we'll take a look at it. But it's an area you probably have never heard of. It's in Rayong province, which you probably have heard of, and there's really no reason to go to this area because it's mainly an agricultural area. But there are still a lot of cool things out there. It's called Pluak Daeng, Pluak Daeng, and the only reason that I know about it is because 30 years ago, the lady who brought me here had just built a house out there. All dirt roads. They didn't even have utility poles yet. She had to pay for utility poles. And it was great. I loved it. And I'm going to go into more about it. But let's get out there and see how V does. So here we are, but before we delve too far into this, let me show you where we're going to be, our area of operation. It was called Pluak Daeng, and that's it there highlighted in red, that area. You can see 3 big reservoirs in there. So Pattaya is over there to the left or to the west of it, so this would be east of Pattaya, and north, basically due north of Rayong City. So it's a big piece of real estate. We got a lot to look at out here. I just saw that little car. I've never seen anything like that. 1 seat, 100cc engine. So we are, for all intents and purposes, 35–40 minutes out of Pattaya. We just crossed 331 and we are on the road that leads us right into Pluak Daeng, into the countryside. Once we're there, I mean, we're practically there already. The Rayong province line is right here. We'll cross from Chonburi to Rayong. Once you're there, you might as well be in a different world. Mind you, less than an hour, less than 45 minutes out of Pattaya. In a completely different world, and we're going to take a look. A lot of different things, and we're going to see all the cool stuff they grow out there and everything. We're gonna have fun with the people we meet. So I had a couple planned stops on this trip, the first 2 of which turned out not to be open. That's kind of the theme of this trip so far, but the better, more interesting things anyway are just the things we happen to see along the way, like this right here. So we're going to stop here at this pineapple farm. This is a pretty big one. There's people out here working But I remember the first time, almost 30 years ago, I was out here, and that's what the big crop was. And I was really kind of surprised how the pineapples grew. I never knew they grew like this. I don't know how. I never thought much about how they grew. But that's how they grow. It's this plant. They kind of sit on top. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. If you've never seen it before, let me know. We'll see, and we'll see kind of what it's like to pick a pineapple. Looks like they're actually harvesting some. This time of year, the fruit starts to come in. That's why I came out here. All the stuff, durian, the pineapple, a lot of it's rubber trees, not really fruit, but a lot of different things we'll just stop and see. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you've ever picked a pineapple. So we'll go over here and see if these guys are in a talkative mood, because I have some questions that I'd like to ask. I mean, I know how much I pay for a pineapple. I'm wondering how much they sell a pineapple for fresh from the field. I wonder if I could just buy one right from him. And I wonder where he sells them. So I got some questions, but boy, look at all that. They've been busy. It looks like hard work too, and yeah, trust me, it's on the hot side today. Just asking why some of them were small and other ones are like ripe and ready to pick, and the plants don't get, the roots don't get the water for whatever reason. But I got a whole truckload here. Look at that. Whole truckload. I'm gonna find out where they go to sell them. They probably have to take these. They may take them all the way into Pattaya to sell them at the big fruit market there.
ไบโก้ครับ
ฮะ
ไบโก้
ไบโก้เป็นอะไร
เป็นโรงงานสับปะรดโรงงานผลไม้ที่นิคมพัฒนา
นิคมพัฒนา
He sells them at a more local market here, probably on a wholesale basis. But just so you know, because if you live here or you visit here, you probably have occasion to buy pineapple, and generally they sell them on the street, all cut up, maybe 20, 25 baht. From the farm right here, he gets 8 baht per kilo. I guess one melon could be a kilo. I don't. One pineapple. Is a pineapple a melon? I don't think so. Anyway, whatever it is, 8 baht a kilo. That's what he gets. And I just realized I left my lights on the bike. You don't have to worry about leaving a key in the ignition out here. So if I told you I was in the middle of Isan somewhere instead of 40 minutes outside of Pattaya, would you believe me? Let me know in the comments.
หักเลยครับอย่างนั้นหักเลย
ใช่ไหม
โอ้ยเก่ง
แล้วยังไงอ่ะตัดไอ้นี่ออก
เอาจุกออก
เอาออกนี่เลยเนาะ
ใช่ครับ
ใช่ปะ
อย่าให้เข้าเนื้อถ้าเข้าเนื้อแล้วมันจะเสีย
เปลี่ยน
โอเค
โอเค
อันนี้นงกิโลใช่ไหม
ไม่ถึง
นงกิโลใช่ไหม
5 ขีด 6 ขีด
อันนี้8 บาท
จะได้
อันนี้5 บาท
5 บาท 6 บาทใช่ไหม
5 บาท 5-6 ขีดเลย
น่าจะได้อยู่
ใช่ไหม
นะประมาณ5-6 บาท
So V just earned them about 5 baht.
ได้
Yeah, those guys were great, but if I'm honest, they give you a peculiar look. I don't think they're too used to seeing a foreigner back here riding through the pineapple patch. But let's get back on the road.
So I think our friend here's seen better days. It looks like his head got crushed. He's probably about 1.5 meters long. And I don't know much about snakes. It looks like I think it's with a K, Kira, something like that. Sure, some of you guys will know. But looks like he went across the road and caught a tire.
Yeah, that's a shame. I probably saw more reptiles on a couple days in this trip than I've seen in the last 3 months. But this road right here, the GPS sent me down here on the way to our next place that we're visiting. And I'm using a GPS this time because I'm making a lot of stops, and I don't want to worry about where I am getting to my next location. So I saw this, and I said, what's going on here? So we'll take a look.
So I saw these bales of big, I don't know, stick things. I know what they were. V says they're potatoes. I think it's something like potatoes, but we're gonna see what they're picking up here. They got a whole truckload of something. I thought potatoes grew underground. I don't know. And I thought they had leaves that come up. I don't know about these big stick things. They are digging them up. Well, these are like some kind of big potato. It's like a potato. I don't think these are potatoes. Could be something more like a sweet potato. How do you call it?
ไปทำแป้งเอาไปทำแป้งมัน
Oh. All right, so I think we got it figured out. I think I got it figured out. Not for sure. I think it might be tapioca. It's nothing. It looks a little bit like a potato, but they're more like a consistency of wood. And that could be that may not be the right translation. I'm not for sure, but I think she said they grind it up, fry shrimp with it, that kind of stuff, like a breading. So I'm thinking maybe something like a tapioca. I'll try to find out for sure. Wasn't expecting that, but 2 baht per kilo. 1 kilo, 2 baht. But they're pulling it out by the bushel there. They got a whole big truck loaded up with it here. They're probably selling it more by the metric ton. So I don't know. I like farming. I just never knew much about farming. I spent so much time driving around. Hey, I just found a baht. 1 baht somebody dropped. I'll leave it here as a lucky I'll leave it there as good luck for somebody. But I traveled to all of North America, Europe, different places. I always saw farms, always was curious. What are they growing? What's it do? What's the process? I never had time to stop and check that out and kind of learn about it. Just buy the stuff at the grocery store and never give a thought of where it came from. But now that I have more time, it's one of the things I've always wanted to do, is kind of delve in and just see where this stuff is grown, meet the people who grow it, see how it grows, and I don't know. For me, it's just fascinating. Anyway, we're on the way to somewhere else. I just saw this and had to stop. And I'll show you some of these roads. If a truck's coming, even with one motorbike and a truck, you can't fit. It's very challenging. I can go kind of off the road. V, not so much. I'll show you what I mean. You get it? You eat?
Something.
You eat?
Yeah, I hungry.
You hungry? You eat?
Yeah. I hungry.
Boy, I hope a dog didn't.
So we got a lot more places to go, and a lot more exploring to do out here, but not enough time for another segment. What I'll do, though, I'll just give you a sneak peek of what's coming up and in the future episodes about this trip. So there you go, part 1 of our trip. I'm not sure if it'll be 2 or 3 parts yet for this trip, but at any rate, tune back in tomorrow for the next installment. We had a great time on this trip. It was a short one, but it's a place I've been wanting to go for a while, and there's so much neat stuff to see out there. We'll do a lot of different things next time. But at any rate, we've got some longer trips coming up too. I'm kind of waiting on a couple things for that, but also some more short ones. So hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, Bye for now.